Hello right guys, it's Jade. Welcome to a special Conan Exiles video. Today, as you saw from that intro, we are taking a look at the gods of Conan Exiles today. Don't forget, if you've just downloaded this for the first time on the PS4, I have got you covered in terms of guides and tutorials. Go and watch some of the old ones, but there's been lots of changes recently in the last 6 months, so I'm going to be giving you all brand new, fresh Conan Exiles guides and tips videos. Today though, we are focusing on the gods. We're going to be summoning every single god. I'm going to give you the details and showing you exactly what they do, how to summon them, and really what one I like the most. I've got a bunch of help from some rat bags here, and let's go and see at the very end what happens when we summon every single god at the same time. So make sure you like this video if you enjoy it. Don't forget to get notification squad on, and if you want to come play on my servers, come and join Discord, where you can ask me more information about how to support the channel and join my Conan Exile server. So let's summon the gods. When you start Conan Exiles, you get to choose whatever god you want to start with. Remember though, there are 7 gods. One of them gods is not available at the start screen. You have to find the religious teacher and learn the religion in the game. I'll be showing you how to do that. I've done that in the past, covered it lots of times, but I will show you during this video where you can learn the religion of jhebbal saag. The other religion is Crom. Now Crom doesn't actually give you any benefits, and there is nothing to unlock or use. So there are 7 gods, but only 6 of them actually have avatars that you can use in warfare against other players. Each of these gods have altars that you can unlock, and with these altars, recipes for pieces of armour, as well as weapons, tools and elixirs or potions. Each religion gives you the option to learn 3 different altars. The first one is level 1. In this example, it's Yog, and it's the Pit of Yog. Level 2 is the Rift, and level 3 is the Abyss. You can see they've got different levels as well, so you won't be able to upgrade level 3 until you've got to level 50. This is the upgrade you need to actually summon some of these gods and avatars to take down your enemies. You can't summon any gods or avatars with level 1 or level 2 altars. It has to be the third and final one. As I said, each one of these also gives you some other bonus items that you can learn. So you've got the Yog Cleaver at level 1. At level 20 you also get the Yogite Watcher Mask and the Yogite Bone Spear. And at level 50 you get the Yogite Cudgel, the Skeletal Decoration and the Feast to Yog. At level 60 there is another 4th upgrade, but this doesn't give you an altar, it just gives you the Blessed Yog Cleaver and the Tenderizer, a powerful mace. And that's pretty much the same for all of these religions. You'll notice of course though that jhebbal saag isn't here. To learn the religion fully of jhebbal saag and unlock all the special items that he has, you have to defeat him. It's a dungeon that you unlock, and basically by clearing the dungeon you will have fully learned every aspect of the religion and gained access to some of his special items. However, you can summon him even if you haven't actually completed the dungeon. So you've upgraded, you've got yourself a level 3 altar. Now what do you actually do with it? Well, you need to get yourself a particular type of thrall. You're going to need priests. Priests are scattered all around the map. Now these priests are very hard to get, and they are extremely valuable, particularly the level 3 ones. You need a level 3 priest to summon a god. You will find level 1 and 2, and while they offer some benefits and bonuses, it's the level 3 priest that you really need. I will be showing you some guides where you can find all of the level 3 priests you need for every single religion. But this is just a quick overview of the gods. Basically, when you've got your level 3 archpriest, you can see he's in the slot there. So you can see I've upgraded all the way to level 3 with the Yog priests. And all these items and weapons are basically what you want to be crafting. Every time you craft something, you'll get something called zeal. When you've got enough zeal, you can make the true name of the god. This basically calls in the god to come and attack whatever base or whatever enemy you want. You need 500 zeal to make a true name of Yog. So every time you craft an item, you'll see this fill up with zeal. You also need that level 3 priest. Without it you won't be able to make the true name of the god. Now something you need to be careful with on official servers is anyone can use that zeal though, so it's well worth boxing your altar in, making sure it's protected. If someone comes over with a level 3 priest and they've got the other items needed, they could summon the true name of the god and basically steal your zeal. For whatever reason, if you decide not to summon a god, you can take your level 3 priest out of there. So a few things to note: when you're ready to pop your priest and call one of the gods, you'll only have 60 seconds to use its attack. So you generally have to set this down very close. Basically, you don't have to summon the god at your altar. Once you're ready and you've crafted the true name, you can take that with you anywhere. So I've got my true name of Yog ready, raring to go. I'll take that with me and I'll go wherever the enemy's base is and summon it. Now be warned, when you summon it, you have got a basic huge marker above your head that tells everyone on the map exactly where you are. Also, when you convert your altars to the tier 3 version, it also alerts everyone on the server by showing them this colour and on the map. You can see here we've got quite a few placed around, and so it's appearing on the map, so anyone can pretty much start preparing or try and attack you and stop you summoning a god. When someone has used a god, it will also pop up on the map that someone has actually used it recently. You can see here the skull and crossbones. That means a god has attacked that area. So it could be worth your while going there and seeing if there's any loot left to grab. Make no mistake about it, getting this much zeal is a real grind. You're not going to be doing this in your first day on official servers. It is going to take you a substantial amount of time. You just need to keep crafting as many of the items available in here to build up your zeal and make sure that you have got your hold of a level 3 priest. There are level 4 priests that you can get, but these only appear normally during purge events. So tier 4 priests are useful if you manage to find one during a purge attack, but it's quite rare. Don't worry too much, just focus on getting hold of a tier 3, which you can find in the open world. And so before we summon each one of these gods and see what they've got to offer, what can you do if you want to change your religion? If you go to your feat section and take a look at the religious part, you'll notice that it costs 50 feat points if you want to change your religion. Do not spend 50 points of your hard-earned feats on changing. You can find religious teachers all around the world that will teach you the religion for free. I will show you exactly where all the religious teachers are alongside all the tier 3 priests. So do not change your religion unless you really have got an abundance of points that you're not going to use. You can carry on earning feat points after you've got to level 60, but to do so you need to defeat elite enemies that drop a special fragment of power. This will give you 10 additional feat points. It just really isn't worth wasting. You can unlock almost every feat, but I would strongly suggest you go and find the priest and learn the religion that way. So once you've spoken to a new religious leader, don't worry, you will always have that one unlocked. But if you want to start making tier 2, tier 3 altars and learning all the rest of it, you will have to start spending more feat points on it. Okay, so here we are. I've waffled long enough. I've shown you exactly how to summon them and what steps you need to take. Let's start summoning all of these gods and talk about their powers and what they can do. So Yog, what does Yog really offer? So new feat, one of my lovely Ratbag supporters is summoning the god right now. Remember, everyone can come and attack you and they'll know that you're there. If they kill you while the god is summoned, it can stop the god from actually doing any more damage, and of course you will be brown bread. Here it comes. Here is Yog. He is an ugly, ugly bastard. You can see the tendrils and the squid-like tentacles coming out. This guy does an area of effect damage and he will do a dive bomb damage, or basically he'll sit all the while spewing his black guts from his anus, I'm guessing. It is truly disgusting. You can be a cannibal with the Yog religion. Pretty much it gives you benefits for eating human flesh, I do believe. So it's a pretty interesting one. He's doing it. We're going right over these buildings. Oh, and look at that. Literally demolished almost every building in its path there. Only a few remains. One more go maybe to finish it off. Is he going to go for that tiny little hut there? Is he going for the big one? Oh, he's going for all of them. He's meant to only go destroy the small stone ones, but he's going to go for it. Go for it. Drop it. Drop it. Let's see what the damage is like. And boom. Now actually what you see here is that certain tiers are definitely a lot stronger. You might have to really get on top of it to really do the most damage. If you're wondering why these foundations or these buildings didn't get wiped out, well, tier 3 still is pretty strong. You'd need at least 2 good strikes from Yogg, maybe all 3, to demolish a tier 3 building. So gods and avatars are OP, but it doesn't mean you're going to be completely wiped out. If you build smart, build wide, you've got much more of a chance of not getting completely destroyed by someone's god or avatar. So here is Mitra. Obviously again you need tier 3 god, and you're going to need to build up that zeal to 500. You can see the different items that Mitra has. You've got the Phoenix engraved sword, you've got the offering to Mitra, ambrosia, Mitran tunic, breeches, and then you've got the staff of Epimetheus. You've also got some statues for decoration. So this actual statue refreshment is filled with water and will carry on giving you water for a few goes. And then we've got the blessed Mitran Ankh and the Mitran, and then the normal Mitran Ankh, which is basically a way to cut and harvest dead bodies to get more resources. So Ty is going to summon Mitra. And here he is, the Stone Colossus. Supposedly one of the more astute, fairer gods. Now he hasn't got any weapons. He's literally just going to use his great big stomping feet to attack any of the buildings. You can see even just walking over it will cause some damage. And now if he does the attack, there you go, demolish the ones that were already quite low. Mitra is definitely going to take a little bit more used to in trying to target, so you know exactly what you're hitting. And there you go, you can see just walking over it, you're breaking and demolishing stuff with one more attack. So pretty much all the gods have a AoE attack, and that was pretty good for Mitra in terms of the distance. We're taking a look at derketo now, and you'll notice that when you are crafting one of these, it does take a considerable amount of time, so be prepared. Now you can see the different items that derketo has. We've got more special armor pieces, we've got alkalite hand wraps, alkalite skirt, sandals, robe, and a very fetching headpiece. You also get different daggers that you can craft. Again, these are for extracting things from dead bodies. And then you've got the Lust Taker, a powerful sword. You also have the Elixir of Freedom that frees the Imbiber, which basically makes you run faster or gives you at least less stamina drain. And then we've got a few other items like Transmute, which basically makes other items into other things. So once again, let's call derketo the Dark Priestess who has lots of boobies. Now derketo is a little bit smaller than some of the other gods, but she is no less formidable. She rises up from the sand, and you can see she is the goddess of death as well as a goddess of lust. I definitely want to be on this side of derketo rather than that one. Now she has a different variety of attacks. She's got the kiss, which has got to be aimed very correctly, but also does damage while walking over buildings. You can see there the kiss done the rest of the damage to that last structure there. So definitely got to be a bit more precisely placed. derketo might be good for people who have built their bases on top of cliff platforms or in trees or high places. You can see more damage being done now to some of the structures. And there you go, literally wiped out half of the walls of this one. So Set is probably the most famous god from Conan folklore, being featured in the movies as well as the cartoons. With Set you can make the snake idol, which is basically a statue, a brazier, and then you've got the weapons, the ritual Setit knife and the serpent stamped khopesh. You've also got some shields, a special one here, and then you've got the general items to wear like the Setite shendit, sandals, mask and the choker. You also have snake arrows, which are venomous and they transform into deadly arrows when fired. And lastly, you've got an antidote to help with poisons. So Zodi is summoning Set now. Now Set tends to move a little bit quicker. In years gone by, Set has been massively overpowered and has only been recently nerfed. You can see how quickly it summons and it gets to work at destroying the buildings. It can definitely attack a lot quicker and faster, but they have nerfed it and made the damage that it delivers a little bit less. But it's still pretty formidable. I would not want to wrestle this snake. Be warned though, if you're standing and summoning some of these creatures, you can still be killed by the gods that you are actually summoning. And there you go, Set is making quick work of individual buildings. So Yuma is a little bit different with his items that you unlock. Remember, at level 4 or basically level 60, you get access to a few more weapons. One of the religious weapons that Yuma has though, it basically allows you to hack at trees in the north. When you do this, you will get ice shards, which are pretty much its religious currency. You've got a variety of different weapons as well. You've got the faux shatter and you've got the glacier crack axe. You've also got ice shard arrows and a full set of armour. Winter's Majesty, Yuma's Aegis, Yuma's Might, Yuma's Stride and Yuma's Shanks. You'll also get Black Ice. Now one of the best armour tiers later on in the game is Star Metal, and some of the building components that you're going to be building with later on in the game is Black Ice. You can reinforce certain tiers with it, so you can actually make Black Ice using Yuma's altar. You just need to use normal ice, which is made out of frozen water obviously, and Manifestation of Zeal and ice shards. Here he is, the bearded giant himself, pretty much me in about 10 years. Flex them muscles baby, flex them. And straight away with his axe he takes aim. And he's done some damage to one that wasn't even that close. You can see it's toppling some of the buildings. Does he do damage when walking over? Remember, foundations are pretty tough, so they would need 2 or 3 attacks possibly, but it's certainly going to weaken them, and if you're all going for an attack it will definitely do a lot of damage. Bosh. So them little cloud dusts are actually the buildings taking damage. You can see, oh my gosh, he's really kicking off now. What a lot of damage Yuma did. So Jhebbal Saag religion is a little bit different. You have to go and complete the dungeon if you want to unlock all of the items from the religion. Once you defeat the boss from the Midnight Grove dungeon, you can then go and find a level 3 priest out in the world to actually do the summoning. These can be found in the den or as part of the purge. Jhebbal Saag offers lots of different items when you've completed the dungeon, including some deadly claws. I've covered this extensively in a separate video, so go and check them out. I'll leave the links for them in the description down below. Let's take a final look at this god before we start summoning as many as possible at once. And here we go. I'm bringing my baby bird back home to come back and roost. And here we are. It takes a bit longer for this one to come in, but you can see the timer doesn't actually start until it is close. So don't worry, you're not missing out. You can see I'm flapping my wings together and I'm doing quite a bit of damage to the remnants of that what was there. So you really want to get your avatars over the buildings. That seems to be some of the best methods. And so far it looks like Yog is probably my favourite one for doing lots of damage in one area. If you're thinking all of these gods are a little bit OP, there is some ways that you can protect yourself. You can basically have a shield that goes over your base. It's basically protection of the gods. It works pretty much in the same way as the summons. You'll use your zeal, and instead of crafting a true face of God, you'll actually summon a new shield that goes over wherever you've summoned it. Now if you're trying to work out a way of how to actually stop the bubble happening, well, you need to go into the person's base and destroy the altar. That's the only way to stop the protection. It is definitely worth using, but it'd have to be really coordinated to stop a god from attacking you. Also remember that the shields last 24 hours. And there we go, that is all of the gods summoned, exactly what to expect when you're going out there. I will be doing smaller individual guides for some of these, but I just thought it'd be cool to show you exactly what's happening. So we're going to summon actually 3 gods at a time. We were going to summon more, but we lost our players. Zodiac is summoning an avatar, Tai is summoning an avatar, and Noof is summoning an avatar. What are they going to summon? What can we expect? It's the battle of the gods. Oh no, Avatar's been banished. So it turns out if you summon the gods too close to each other, they kind of cancel each other out. You can summon them all together, but they have to be a fair distance apart, otherwise they will just stop each other from spawning, and you can't summon the same gods at the same time. This is as close as we managed to get all of them on the screen at the same time. We've got Yog, we've got jhebbal saag, and in the distance you're about to see Mitra pop up. So yeah, maybe that can be worked upon by Funcom in the future, and hopefully next time I'll also remember to record the game sound. We totally lost all the game sound. It was a bit of a shame that you're not hearing some of the sound effects, so apologies for that. Hope you've enjoyed this video anyway. I'm going to be showing you in-depth tutorials on all the religions, how to craft, and how to get some of the materials needed for the actual religious procedures themselves. So that is all the gods in Conan Exiles though. Hope you enjoyed this video. A big shout out to Zodiac, Treacle, Ty and Luffy for helping me out. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you rat bags for another one. Don't forget to like, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.